Dear students, greetings of the day. Once again, I hope that you all are healthy and safe and also taking good care of your health. Welcome back to the video lecture series. In previous video lecture, we have seen basics about service quality and service quality dimensions. And at the time of discussing service quality, we have seen comparison between expected service and perceived service. And we have also observed three different situations. The very first situation where customers' expectation or expected service is less than perceived service. In that case, there is customer delight, right? Uh, in another situation, there is means expected service is equals to perceived service. In that case, customers are satisfied. But there is another condition wherein the expected service is greater than perceived service. In that case, customers are dissatisfied. Means what happening in all these three situations, satisfaction is taking place when customers are very much satisfied. That is the condition of customer delight. In second situation, in second condition, customers are satisfied, and in third condition they are dissatisfied. So it is very important to understand what is satisfaction all about. And we also need to understand how to measure satisfaction, because without measuring satisfaction we cannot say whether expected service is equals to perceived service or not. Means measurement of satisfaction is required. So in this video lecture, uh, I'm going to tell you basics about satisfaction and measurement of customer satisfaction. So let's start. Okay, so in this video lecture, I'm going to tell you about satisfaction, then customer satisfaction, then their definition, their components, then customer satisfaction models. Although we will look at the outer view of customer satisfaction model, and in another video lecture, I'll describe each satisfaction models. Then rationale of customer satisfaction, what will be its logic behind it. Then measuring customer satisfaction, how to measure it, the need of measuring customer satisfaction, and some discussion point wherein I'll give you, something to go back, explore, and discuss among your friends. So let's start today's topic. Yeah, satisfaction. What you mean by satisfaction? Whenever satisfaction as a word appears in our mind or approach to our ears, what we understand. What is satisfaction? I try to note it down. So, if we talk about satisfaction, so satisfaction is simply fulfillment or gratification of a desire, need, or appetite. Whatsoever we desire, if the same is fulfilled, we are satisfied. And that is what we have seen in case of that service quality, right? And when we were comparing expected service with the perceived service, we have seen different degree of satisfaction. So what was happening there? If expected service is equals to perceived service, means there is complete fulfillment of desire, right? That is expected service. So there is customer satisfaction when the expected service is more than perceived service. Sorry, the perceived service is more than the expected service. In that case, customer delight. When customers are more satisfied, what happens in that case? When customers are more satisfied, when there is high degree of fulfillment, means my desire was less, though fulfillment was, more than my desire, right? So in one line, we can say that fulfillment or gratification of desire is satisfaction. Well, so another point is satisfaction is pleasure or contentment derived from such gratification. So whatsoever gratification of desire, need or appetite that we already discussed in first point is pleasure related to that contentment. Then a source or means of gratification that also known as satisfaction. The source by which or the means by which that gratification comes to us. Then next point which I thought to write, satisfaction is feeling that emanates from fulfillment of needs and wants. Whatsoever needs which we have, whatsoever want which we desire to have, if the same is fulfilled, so the feeling of fulfillment is also known as satisfaction. And the last point, satisfaction is satisfaction is evaluated based on what is received against what was expected, that we already discussed, right? So whatsoever was expected and what was received, right, the evaluation or the comparison between these two is also considered as an satisfaction. So this is basic about satisfaction. I hope you all understood what is satisfaction all about. So moving ahead, what is customer satisfaction? This is very interesting, and that is what the key subject of this course. Customer satisfaction is understanding the satisfaction of buyers in reference to a business transaction is customer satisfaction, right? So, what it means? It means understanding the satisfaction, which we already discussed. What is satisfaction? That may be fulfillment, or gratification, or means of gratification, or fulfillment of expected and desire, expected and perceived. So, understanding the satisfaction of buyers in reference to what? In reference to a business transaction, the transaction which takes place, right? Say if a exchange takes place, exchange of what? Exchange of goods and service for money takes place, that is known as transaction, right? So whether in that particular transaction the customer was satisfied or not, right? So this is what customer satisfaction. And the actual manifestation of satisfaction would differ from person to person, product, service to product and service. Why it happens? Because the expectation varies person to person, right? And product and service varies person to person. How product and service means services especially varies person to person, because there is involvement of human beings at the time of production and consumption, because production and consumption takes place simultaneously, and at both end there are involvement of human beings, right? So perceiving things is purely varies person to person. That is why there may be difference into service to service. So this is what customer satisfaction. Now come to customer satisfaction definition. As per Howard and Sage, what he says the buyer's cognitive state of being adequately or inadequately rewarded for the sacrifice he has undergone. Ultimately, Howard and Sage wants to communicate the buyer's cognitive state. What is cognitive state? Cognitive state is the state of mind where this cognitive thinking takes place. right? That cognitive state of being adequately or inadequately rewarded. The reward which they receive, who receive? Customer receives against the transaction for the sacrifice he has undergone. Whatsoever they paid or they sacrifice to receive that particular service, whether that service is adequately rewarded or inadequately rewarded. Ultimately, whether the expectations are met or not. If they are met, so what was the degree? If they are not met, so then what was the degree of failure, right? So this is what customer satisfaction all about. Again, comparison takes place. Another definition given by Hunt proposed about customer satisfaction as satisfaction is a kind of stepping away from an experience and evaluating it. One could have a pleasurable experience that caused dissatisfaction because even though it was pleasurable, it wasn't a pleasurable as it was supposed to be. So, satisfaction or dissatisfaction isn't an emotion, it's the evaluation of the experience. So, what Hunt wants to say, again, he also wants to say the same thing. How this, experience evaluation takes place. Experience may be, different for same kind of service delivered at single point of time, that may be different for two different people because of their culture, their family status, their roles and responsibility, or their experience. There are n number of factors which affect consumer behavior that we already discussed in previous video lecture. So it is purely based on the characteristics of that customer, right? The same set of service delivered to one customer may be different, and to another customer that may be different, right? In case of first one, that may be pleasurable. Okay? In case of second one, that may not be pleasurable, right? Because of experience of the customers. So ultimately, he also wants to propose that comparison takes place, and they compare with their expectation and that delivered service. Now come to customer satisfaction components. What are the various components of customer satisfaction that we need to understand? Because without understanding components of customer satisfaction, we cannot even think about measurement of customer satisfaction. So, uh, for better understanding of customer satisfaction components, need to be discussed as ultimately satisfaction is dependent on large number of factors, right? Because satisfaction ultimately depends on lot many factors, which all the factors which affect consumer behavior is a factor for ultimate satisfaction, right? So to understand this, uh, Brodeur Berry between 1990 to 1998 defined 10 quality values and 17 quality characteristics to understand customer satisfaction components, right? So to understand customer satisfaction components, we will refer uh, the 10 quality value and 17 quality characteristics proposed by Brodeur Berry. So here is quality value and quality characteristics. So the font size of this particular slide is very small. You will have to pay attention on it. The very first thing is quality. The quality value, the first quality value is quality. And if we talk about quality characteristics, so the quality characteristics of a quality best service and high quality reputation of suppliers that ensure quality of a service. Another quality value, that is value. How value can be characterized? So workers familiarity with organizational system creates value in any service delivery. So there must be workers familiarity with the complete system and with the organizational system, so that they deliver service as per the planned manner. So that is quality characteristics. Another third quality value is timeliness, right? So how we can ensure timeliness? What is the quality characteristics of timeliness? That may be considered as an error-free pre-processing. If something is processed without any error, that may be considered as a timeliness. But yes, there may be some standard time to produce any service, right? So error-free processing of any service is quality characteristics. The fourth quality value is efficiency. How efficiency can be ensured? To ensure efficiency, right, on time delivery is the measurement of it. Whether any service provider is efficient or not, if they are able to deliver on time, then that may be considered as efficient service provider. So the quality characteristics is on time delivery. Now the fifth quality value proposed by Very is ease of access. So what is the quality characteristics? Using efficient, co-oriented and fast-paced delivery system that takes limited time according to consumers, right? So by doing so, one can ensure ease of access, right? So there must be efficient, there must be coordinated, there must be fast-paced delivery system, okay, which requires or which takes very less time or very limited time to deliver any service to the customers. Now, the next quality value is environment. So what is the quality characteristics of environment? The quality characteristics of environment is the customer wants product or service delivery to take no less than all the time required. It is based on nature and function of the process, not some arbitrary number suggested by management, right? So what should be there? Uh, the customer required or desired product or service delivery, right? That must take less than all the time that is required to produce. Means there must be such an environment wherein the service production takes place very smoothly, right? And to ensure such service delivery environment, right, there must be a very foolproof and tested process, right? So this is how we can understand you know environment. Now come to another quality value, that is interdepartmental teamwork. So the quality characteristics are classified into two into this. One, there must be professional appearance if we talk about interdepartmental teamwork, because appearance also means a lot, right? And next one is consistently positive interaction with no negativity or personal agendas, right? there must be very, positive interaction among the peer groups or team members, and there should not be any space to discuss negative or personal into the organization, right? So by doing these two things, one can ensure interdepartmental team work in place. Next quality value is front line service behaviors. So to ensure frontline service behavior, the quality characteristics is courtesy, friendliness, attentiveness, and enthusiasm. There must be courtesy into the service providers. There must be friendliness into the service providers or the environment. There must be attractiveness into the process or at the time of service. At service delivery station, and there must be enthusiasm to deliver the service into the service providers. So by this way, frontline service behavior can be ensured. Now moving to the next quality value, commitment to the customers. Right. So to ensure commitment to the customers, the quality characteristics is carry customer comfort in mind, make them feel welcome, be clear, safe, and well organized. So to show your commitment to the customers, right, we will have to understand customers well in a uh, systematic manner. So keeping customers' comfort in mind, service providers need to make them feel that they're ready to welcome them, right? The complete system and process must be very clean, that must be very safe, right? And that also must be very well organized so that it appeals to the customer, right? And by this way, one can easily demonstrate commitment to the customers. Now, the last quality value that is proposed is innovation. That is very much important nowadays, because without thinking about innovation, uh, there is no scope to survive in present era. But at the same time, it is also very important to understand quality characteristics of such quality value as innovation. So there are seven quality characteristics proposed. The very first one is quality performance at the front line and throughout all levels of delivery, right? So to ensure innovation, the performance of quality at the front line and throughout all levels of delivery system must be ensured, and that can only be ensured with the help of alignment of technology in process. The second quality characteristics is suppliers internal support for employee and system, and the customer expects current methodologies. If we talk about customers' expectation, so they expect always current methodology or ongoing methodology, which is frequently used by competitors. So to ensure that the internal support system must be right in place. Next, the worker at every level of product and service delivery must have the resources required to perform at optimum level. To ensure innovation uh, at every level of production, at every level of service delivery, right? The resources need to be, performed at very optimum level. And when I say optimum, it doesn't mean at maximum level. Maximum is maximum, while optimum is best possible manner or best possible level, right? Means if any employee feel boredom after working 2 hours continuously, there must be substitute to replace for say 10 minutes to that person or to that employee. Okay, so that need to be taken very carefully. Next is form a relationship with a key person which can be trusted and relied upon. There must be relationship with key persons maybe uh, you know front of a senior manager, that may be middle level manager, that may be anyone in the organization. So there must be a system which stimulate to form relationship, right? So that trust can be developed among existing uh, customers or prospective customers, or customers those who visited very first time to the service delivery counter. Next, quality characteristics is supplier that provides all information and constant solicitation of customers' need. There must be very right understanding and relationship with the suppliers, because suppliers always provide very right and handy information for the decision makers, so that they can take very right decision for uh, service delivery process. The next is customer want to know upfront about terms and conditions and anticipated or actual disappointments. So by considering innovative business practices, right, one can very easily ensure that what customer wants upfront about terms and conditions. So how to display, how to demonstrate, or how to communicate it, right? And if there is any actual disappointment which takes place, so how to communicate it, right? How to communicate upfront. So there must be proper system, and by placing technology in line with the service delivery, one can easily ensure, or any service provider can easily ensure such thing. Now come to last one, the suppliers to take immediate responsibility and corrective action when the outcome is not achieved, right? So there must be system wherein uh, supplier or service provider take immediate responsibility, and if it is required, so corrective action as well when the outcome is not achieved, or when the desired services are not delivered to the customers. So these are the quality values and quality characteristics proposed by you know this Bradbury. And by looking at this 10 quality value and 17 quality characteristics, one can easily understand about customer satisfaction components. And this ultimately going to be very much helpful at the time of customer satisfaction evaluation, or measurement of customer satisfaction. Well, now come to customer satisfaction model. So in this video lecture, I'm not going to describe each one of it. Just have a look at it, right? What are the various customer satisfaction models? In further video lecture, I'll describe only customer satisfaction model into it. So customer satisfaction model, there is expectation-based confirmation model, there is perceived performance model, there is norms model that is purely based on norms set by service provider, then attribution model where causality, controllability, and stability takes place as a basic parameter to understand customer satisfaction. Affective model, where affect on the customer's mind is the key to understand customer satisfaction. Then multiple process model. Last one is equity model. In multiple process model, there are so many processes are aligned to understand customer satisfaction, and in equity model, the equal weight is given to understand customer satisfaction. So these are the various customer satisfaction models. I will describe in next video lecture. Now come to rationale of customer satisfaction, right? So application of the concept of customer satisfaction provides numerous benefits to the organization. These benefits are as follows. So to understand logic behind customer satisfaction, right, we'll have to understand the benefits that is given there. The very first one, customer satisfaction building loyalty. If customers are satisfied, right, so it helps to build customer loyalty, and they keep their purchase on, or they purchase repeatedly, right? Next, customer satisfaction helping in customer retention. If customers are satisfied, so it ultimately helps to retain the customers. And if an organization or service provider is able to retain their customers, so the retained customer may be converted into loyal customers. Customer satisfaction strengthening customers repurchase intention, that we already discussed. If customers become loyal, right, so it strengthens customers repurchase intention, and they purchase again and again. Customer satisfaction leading to superior business performance. If high degree of, or high percentage of customers are satisfied, right, it ultimately leads to superior business performance in case of service, especially. Now come to measuring customer satisfaction. How to measure, that is also very important, because without measuring customer satisfaction, there is no use to have understanding about customer satisfaction. Because till the time we will not be able to measure customer satisfaction, we will not be in such a situation to say whether our customers are satisfied or not satisfied. If they're not satisfied or dissatisfied, so what are the various basic reasons, right? So customer satisfaction measurement provides an indicative of how successful organization is at providing goods and or service to the marketplace. Customer satisfaction is the key factor in determining the success of organization in customer satisfaction. Needs of measuring customer satisfaction. Why we need to measure customer satisfaction, that we also need to understand. So here are some points. As satisfied customers is base of optimal performance and financial return. That is why we need to understand customer satisfaction, or we need to measure customer satisfaction. Customers are viewed as a group whose satisfaction with the enterprise must be incorporated in strategic planning efforts, right? So as it helps in strategic planning effort, that is why we need to understand uh, measurement of customer satisfaction. It also it is also very important for and considered important for strategic success indicator, right? If any organization is able to keep their customers satisfied, if any organization is able to keep them, or retain them, or to make them loyal, so that is strategic success indicator, right? Next, for better understanding of customers perception, we also need to measure customer satisfaction. So these are basic needs of customer satisfaction. There are some discussion points which I am giving to you. You will have to look into these two topics, and let's open the discussion among your family and friend, right? So first point of discussion is service quality and customer satisfaction. what is service quality and what is customer satisfaction, and how general people or general public, look into these two concepts. Then second point of discussion is expectation and customer satisfaction. What is expectation and what is customer satisfaction, right? So let's explore these two topics and see you in next video lecture. I hope you all understood whatsoever discussed in this video lecture. And in case of any query, in case of any doubt, feel free to reach me at my email ID that is written there, mayankpande.gn@jagannath.org. Thank you so much for patient listening and happy reading. Happy learning.